Tell me the story.
So, you take the cigar, I tell you the story. Oh yeah, tea also.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
It's a good combination. So I'm like 14, we're having these house parties at my parents' home. When they're not home, we raid the liquor closet. We get shit-faced.
What a shit faced.
We get very drunk.
Okay.
Swedish drunk, we call it. And, you know, usually our way of partying is just buy the cheapest alcohol, get as drunk as we can, as fast as possible.
Smirnoff.
Yeah, get a bottle of vodka and a bottle of soda, mix it up, go party, or do shots of Jägermeister or, you know, whatever. Try to speak German.
Been there.
And then we would like watch movies like The Big Lebowski, some movie that we don't get a shit about, we don't understand.
Really? Like a German one or what?
No, it's an American movie, but we were like a bit too young to understand these movies, I think.
Okay.
But they were like cool, you know, Quentin Tarantino movies or something,
Okay.
you know, we put that on. And I think we've seen these guys drinking whiskey on the rocks or something, and that's sort of cool. Okay, so we want to be like that. We go around with Ray-Ban sunglasses and, you know. So of course we're gonna try the whiskey. I bring out this Johnny Walker Black Label, which is like the second, not at the top, but
Okay.
the step after Red Label. It's the first in their line that is sort of a proper whiskey. And I was just about to pour Coke into it, then I stopped and I thought,
Why not we try?
there could be something here, you know, on the rocks, or just whiskey. And so I try it, and I really connect with it in that moment. I really feel like here's something quality. It's different from all this other alcohol we've been drinking. Here is something deeper. And so I get my friends a bit on that idea. And we start a whiskey club. And we get a hunter license. So we go out and shoot our own game, and we make this big feast, and we put all our pocket money together to buy really expensive whiskey every month. And suddenly we're not getting drunk anymore. Suddenly we're having blind tasting with like 7 different whiskeys and getting to know everything about it and making great food and just being like, what do you call, some kind of loge, or, you know, some kind of gentleman's club. And just because of one thing, quality. Quality changed everything about this consumption. So this sense of quality is like addictive. You don't know how much money I spend. I don't know how much money I spend every year on tea now. On really expensive tea.
I also
crazy.
think the same way.
It's like so addictive to get into this quality, and you just have to get nothing else compares, you know, when you get in there.
Yeah.
What an economy there, huh?
It's
In
bizarre.
quality.
Yeah.
And it's good, you know, because this tea is made with really like passion and generations of tradition and a union with nature. This is why it tastes good. This wild meat we would catch, you know, tastes fucking good compared to the supermarket meat. And it only tastes that good because it's wild, in a sense. So how can we cultivate this wildness so in a way the taste in the end sort of reflects, is it great? Is it wondrous? Is it magical? Is it beyond the mundane? And I think just seeking that cultivating that is like medicine in
How
itself.
many years you were like that?
It wasn't a very long time. I think it was a couple of years, or I think
couple of-
maybe 1 year where it was really the thing, maybe. But
Like every week?
every month,
Every month?
and every month it would be a new guy who had to find a whiskey and present it, and
Wow. That's fun.
yeah. So the punchline is love it more. If we love it more, it just grows to become medicine. And it doesn't matter if it's alcohol or if it's tobacco or whatever we're dealing with. Masturbation. Be gentle to that. Be loving to that.
Sweet.
Maybe we should have a masturbation ceremony.
Masturbation ceremony.
Yeah, with the pantherina.
Oil.
Pantherina oil. And just like really like rub it in and like really be like gentle and patient and really like self-loving. I was thinking like it's been on my mind for a long time actually, also in the men's circle. But I just didn't feel like we didn't come to that point in the intimacy of the group.
Yeah.
I think it would be super duper healthy for men to masturbate together.
Man, I have one experience when I was, what was it? I think 11 years old maybe. We were in this like primary school. When you finish, you go to a. We were going to like a retreat center. And I went for a walk with a friend, and I come back into the boys' room, and they're like, we were like 40 in that time, maybe 40 or 30, and everybody was masturbating, like all these monkeys, naked, laughing and masturbating, and it was like, what the fuck, man? What happened here? You know, why did I come into?
And did you join?
I didn't join, I think. I don't remember, but I felt shame. I felt shame. I felt very awkward. And also a little bit like peer pressure, you know? I guess a lot of peer pressure, but interesting was so interesting that now you say it, and I think it makes sense to re-signify that.
Yeah, God, I also feel a lot of shame about masturbation. But I think it's also kind of become an unhealthy thing because it's going unchecked. You know, that all these things that we do alone by ourselves,
Yeah. I
we
get your point.
we can be so vulnerable to, you know, pornography also, you know, like
Yeah.
the influence that we get from other people that are not our friends, that are not our family, that are not our tribe, but are some traumatized, fucked up people who makes a living doing fucked up shit. Those are the ones we're getting our impressions from when we go in that realm. So I think we can pick up a lot of entities, a lot of shit like that. And our generation is just the most vulnerable generation in that area.
I remember my first encounter with that was going into the computer we had at home, and my brother had some hidden photos. And man, like I was maybe 12,
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw was a woman with, this water like this filtered water bottles that are like huge, like this, that they have the dispensers that you just tap. It's like a tap with these big bottles, you know, this blue bottles that you can find
Yeah.
in some places. And the image was the woman naked with that thing
Inside her.
inside her. I still remember it, man. It was shocking. It's like, why? Why did this has to be my first encounter with it? It's like, why?
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for lighting that up. So yeah, man, there's definitely a lot to that. And with this article that I share with you, like that boys are actually doing that, Like there's so much repression about sexuality.
I learned just a few days ago that almost all American men are circumcised because that's just
I read a post
the standard
like that. Yeah.
in the hospitals.
Yeah, I read something about that also.
And not just that, but understanding what that means for them. It means that they don't have foreskin.
Yeah.
So masturbating becomes painful unless you use lube. And also it's painful for the woman when you're inside her if you don't use lube. Because there's much friction. The foreskin,
Without it?
yeah, without the foreskin. The foreskin makes this sort of buffer that smoothens the whole experience. And then you also get hard skin on your dickhead and you get sort of numb on your dickhead.
Totally numb.
And you
the
can't
point.
feel.
Yeah.
And think about the brain of the dickhead, so to say. That there's all these men going around without that sensitivity. They're not sensing the woman or other people in a sensitive way with that dick.
Yeah, it's
Just having a conversation.
it's
And
a
just
hammer. It becomes a hammer
Yeah.
or something.
Think about the sort of subtle hack on culture that is.
Subtle, it's quite...
I feel it's sort of apathic,
Yeah.
There has been talk in Denmark about abolishing it for circumcision. But the Jews have been very...
Like you need to do it?
that they abolish that.
But
That
Jews...
you can. But Jews have been very vigilant about keeping this tradition in Denmark.
Yeah. I'm lucky.
Is it common in Argentina?
Not common, but it is. Maybe some people, yes. I mean, I heard about it. Yeah. But in Ananamarga, for example, the monks or trainers of being monks, they always need to put the this skin down, and they wear this kind of like a underwear that is tight.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like forced to always have it down, like if they didn't have it, to control it, and to numb, of course, the...
Yeah, and also the balls cannot really produce testosterone and sperm and all that, I guess, when it's
I
not
think
getting
the
air,
balls can-
when they're not when they don't have space to hang, when you
Okay.
have the tight underwear stuff, it reduces your
Okay,
vitality, basically.
I love my hanging balls.
Cheers for that.
Cheers. The hanging balls.
I just threw out all this underwear I have that is sort of tight around the balls because I just can't stand having it.
I was never used to those.
I have a little extra for you also.
Tack.
That's a good combination. It's 100% chocolate, but with some orange. So 100% plus, I guess.
Sensual.
It's definitely very potent, this orange taste here.
Love it. Is that an animal or?
No, it's some kids. Maybe it's that Swedish guy who's murdering them.